Ladies and gentlemen, we're back. We're back. It's what day is it? Thursday. Thursday, the 28th of May. We are back in Aurora, and it is another gloriously sunny yet disgustingly sticky day today. So I'm inside hiding from the sun. Today's plan, if at all possible, to have a plan, is to carry on colonising Manchester. So we've got a couple of moons here that we can put people on. We can put people on a lot of these moons, but I don't know how the gravity impacts colonization costs. We could probably terraform this to get... Actually, no, it doesn't have atmosphere retention, so there's no point trying to terraform it. You could just stick a load of infrastructure there. And then that's an extra billion people. But there's no, like... There's no minerals there, so it's not really worthwhile. These... Well, this one especially, but this one is definitely worth it. This is going to be our local fuel harvester station, so we need to build another couple of those. We need defenses over there as well. I think we are very nearly done building the defenses on Earth. Ground unit training, yes we are. So we've nearly built the first big battalion. This is the whole thing I think is 125k, which is why it's taken such a long time to put together. We have got another one being built on Callisto, so they are working on theirs as well. I think what we'll probably do is once we've got these ones on Earth moved, we'll build a bunch more ground unit construction facilities. We'll move them to Callisto, we'll move them to Luna, we'll put plenty of stuff everywhere, and we'll build them in a few places, because otherwise it's going to take a very long time to build any sort of defensive structure up. I think though for right now, what is this? Albuquerque was unable to load terraforming installations from Callisto, so they've all been moved. Albuquerque. So what are your current orders? We took your orders off you. So what else is at Callisto? You've got a lot of infrastructure that you now do not need, because I think we finished terraforming Callisto, didn't we? Callisto, yeah, Callisto's done. Yeah, they've got no maximum population. Same with Luna, same with Mars. So we've actually fully terraformed all three of these places now, so we can move those terraforming units over to Io, Europa, and Ganymede. But I think what's actually better is we move the terraforming installations to Manchester. We'll still put some on Io, Europa, and Ganymede, but they'll just passively work on it. Because there's no minerals here, right? No. The Isle's got a mountain as its dominant terrain type, which is good for defensive structures. But we're not worried about how fast they get sorted. So let's sort our terraformers out. How many have we got? You're in Sol. You're obviously Mercury right now. You're in Callisto, you don't need to be. You're in Manchester already. And the Bisque is orbiting Callisto. Okay. Right, so what if we move you to Io? We'll split this team up into 4, and then we'll split the 4 up into a 2. So you and you can essentially be a team. So you go to, is it Europa? Io. You go to Io. You two go to Europa. And you two go to Ganymede. You guys just do your thing. This group in Manchester, you can just stay there. This group in Mercury can stay there. Where are our terraforming installations now? Yes, Mercury's got 10. Io's got 130. Okay, so Io is going to be terraformed very quickly. Has Mercury really only got 10? We need Mercury like up and running fairly quickly. Let's move some of those back to Mercury. Where's my Albuquerques who needed orders? IO load installation, we have 10 here, so if you can take 5 to Mercury and then refuel Earth. Don't cycle. So 5, 10, 20, 40. And then when you're done with that, we'll move them between Io, Europa, and Ganymede. I think that's good. We will build some more though, some bisques. Bisque. We didn't need to change this, did we? So bisque, terraforming operations. Yeah, let's invest in that. 3, 4, 5. Amazons were the fuel harvesters. We should build more of these as well. Fuel harvesters. We'll send them all to Manchester. And we'll set a Anubis B. We need some more algals as well. They can go into the astral mining. Okay. I think that's good. Let's crack on. The Azure's completed orders orbiting the Io. Oh yeah, that's the terraform, yeah. Cool. Yep, good, good. Jolly good. Well done. Did we set terraforming orders? I think we did. Io's adding oxygen, oxygen, oxygen. Okay. Unrest is increasing on Io due to lack of military protection. Yeah, because we haven't taken any police there. So let's move some police over. Banners. Your first set of orders for our new territory. Well, our current territory. Load all of the 12th. These are 5k each, we've got plenty of room. 13th, 14th, 15th, 16th, 17th. Are there any more? Yeah, you got loads more. Okay, load all those and then go to IO, unload all of those, unload all of those, to Europa, unload all of those, unload all of those, Ganymede, unload all remaining, then go back to Earth and refuel. Thank you very much. That was nice and easy. Hope you're all having a good night. It's so goddamn warm, man. It's not even summer. What's this about? Goddamn global warming. We need some Frigzium up in this bitch. Yeah, I think we're very nearly done with the most of Sol. We've got some stuff to mine, sure, but we're nearly done with the colonization of Sol. Addition of oxygen on Io's reached the maximum level. Great. The Anubis is ready. I'm going to send the Anubis straight over. This was fuel operations. This one. So I think it's number 6. So we're going to load fuel at Earth, and then we're going to go to Manchester. Manchester doesn't have its own refueling system yet. Okay, so we need to send a fuel depot over there. Who have we got? No one at the minute. When they're done, we'll be able to send a fuel thing over. We need to build one anyway, I think, because I think we only have the one. Do we even have... a refinery? You don't need a fuel... What's it called? Refueling station? Am I just being blind? Or does it, because we've got fuel refineries, do we also therefore have refueling capabilities? I'm assuming we do. Yeah, well, let's build some of those then as well. They're not very expensive. Let's build well, we should put one on Callisto, because Callisto's a fair way out. And we'll put one in Manchester. So we'll just build 5 so we've got them. It's only 1500 Duranium. It's not a record amount. We're nearly done with the ground force construction complexes as well. Okay. Let's just send the Anubis to Manchester though, because I realised we didn't finish setting the order. And we also didn't tell IO to change its terraforming. So we've done oxygen. We just need to level it out with some artesium to warm it up a bit. Let's go with 1. Yeah, we'll go with 1. 1 full atmosphere. Did that commit? Yes, it did. Cool. Okay. I don't imagine that's going to take very long to build those. Oh, nice. So we've got the lower engine power modifier. We're just waiting on this one now. Once we've got this one, we can build some really efficient big engines for our freighters. And probably for our tankers as well, to be honest. Tankers, fuel harvesters, we can redesign all of those. Maybe even the terraformers. You know, we've only just done the terraformers, but if they're going to be travelling a bit as well, then... Ugh. Albuquerque's completed orders orbiting Earth. Okay, cool. Right, you've done that. Albuquerque, you really do need to be retired and set up for the Blackpool, to be honest. What else have we got to move, though, before we do that? Load refueling station. Go to Manchester, unload all installations, go back to Earth. Load. No, go to Callisto. Load infrastructure. In fact, no, don't do that. Remove last order. Just tell me when you've done that. The Amazons with the fuel harvesters. Amazons. Okay, all of you. First off, let's go to Earth and fuel up. And then we're going to go to Manchester. We're going to Moon. Move to location. We'll drop off all the fuel first, and then we'll move to Manchester 2. Was it Manchester? Manchester 2 is the Super Jobian. Okay. Okay. Off they go. At a whopping 213 kilometers a second. So I just need to blow my nose. There we go. Gotta love a keybind. Wait. Stop. What was that? Glasgow again. Need to sort Glasgow out so it stops doing that. Okay, Albuquerque's completed orders orbiting Earth. Right, go to... You're moving things from Mars. You're moving installation around to all those colonists. You're just doing Schultz. You're doing could probably take Michelle's off your list, to be fair. You then can go... Okay. So these guys should now be able to go and drop fuel off here. Transfer fuel to colony. So now they should be able to go to Manchester 2 and just fill up on fuel. And also the Anubis 6 should be able to go to Moon 2, Moon 9, sorry, and transfer fuel to colony. Okay. Albuquerque's completed orders. Orbiting Callisto. Okay. Right, I think I'm just going to move all of this to Mars. Like whatever we can. Unload all installation. Repeat, 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 repeat. Then go to Earth and refuel. Is that... Have you got enough fuel to do that? Oh yeah, plenty. And just cycle those orders until you're done. Okay, Earth has finished building the refueling stations. What else do we need at Earth? We do need auto mines. Some of those colonies in like Edinburgh, I think it was. We need all the standard facilities at Manchester, don't we? Let's build 3 of these. We're going to want a lot of construction factories, but we can't build a lot just yet. We're going to want at least 1, but probably like 10 would be great. But we also need 10 here. We haven't got 10, so we need 19. Yeah, we can afford that. So we'll build those. We also want... Probably do want some fuel refineries. But we could probably move the ones from Earth when we're done with the ones on Earth. Ground force construction. We do want more ground force construction, but we're not going to cripple our ground force production just yet. Maintenance facilities. No, we do want maintenance facilities over there as well. Let's put 10. Actually, we could probably just do 100. They don't take very long, and they're it's useful to have. Let's just do 50. Mass driver. Yeah, we do want some mass drivers over there. Let's do 5. Military academy. We could do a few of those. Not just yet. Mines. We are gonna have people there, so we do want mines rather than auto mines, but we can move some of the stuff we've got on Earth, I think. Yeah, because Earth is drained. We can move. We don't need 450 mines on Earth to get this. Naval headquarters. us build another 3 of those. We will need a couple more spaceports, so we'll build 3 of those. Terraform installations we don't need any more of. Let's build like... We'll send all of the mines from Earth and we'll build 100. Okay, that works. Okay. Has Earth now finished building its ground forces? Yes. So, we should send a full banner group. Are you empty? Yes. Right, go to Earth. Load ground unit, including all subunits. Give me... Good lord. Just give me this whole thing. Let me see it first. Oh, we've actually got 2. No? Where were? Oh, did we just build? We just built a couple of units of the defensive towers, didn't we? Yeah, okay, as well. 2 sets of police, and then we've just got the big chungus. So there's no commanders assigned to all these top layers. That's fine. They will get them as we recruit more. We don't have any brigadiers. We don't have any colonels, I don't think. No. We've got a lot of majors, but they're already all in use. So that's fine. Let's send all of these guys over there. So this entire... What's that going to be? 123,000 tons out of the 146,000 that we've got on Earth. Let's move them over. How's Callisto doing? Callisto's got 72,000 of its 123. That's not bad. We need some defensive towers on Europa, Ganymede and Io as well, don't we? Yeah. Okay. Okay. Right, load that whole bad boy on there. Go to Manchester and unload all ground units. Then come back to Earth. Refuel. They're already off. They've already loaded. Let's tell Earth to start building some more as well. Organizations. So we want... we basically want the whole regional defense garrison, don't we? Is Luna building one or no? I think we told Luna not to bother, didn't we? Because it would have needed stuff that it didn't have. Why are we sending things to Callisto? Oh, because they needed stuff they didn't have. Okay. But we're sending it straight back, I think, aren't we? Although we're sending it out faster than we're receiving it back, so it's probably not the best plan. Callisto has building capability, so let's build a mass driver. Well, let's build like 3 mass drivers. Our goals. So our new fleet of miners are available. You're going to be joining Fleet 5. I'll go 5. Join fleet, please, and go and dig a big hole in the Schultz. How's Schultz doing for the mines? They've took a good chunk of Duranium off that. Mercury Phrygium has reached the required level. Okay, so we are bang on where we want to be. Minimum temperature -17, maximum temperature 42. That's as close as we're going to get to being either side of this. So we are 8 below this one, 7 below this one. But we are 4 above this one, so that's damn near perfect. I'm fine with that. So actually now we only need to give them water and they're good to go. Let's do 0.2. So Mercury's looking good. How's Io looking? It's warming up a bit. Europa's nearly done with their oxygen. Ganymede is still early days. Yeah, we're going to get a lot of interrupts for field infantry being built because Earth has 19 ground force construction crews at the minute. Bisque has... Okay, the Bisques have been built. Those are the new terraformers. We'll send them over to Manchester Moon 9. Bisque. 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 No, the terraforming scientist. 6 labs. Okay, we've got a 7 lab guy. That's okay. At least we've got someone to replace them with. That's not too bad. How long is that going to take you? That's going to take you 5. Yeah. Yeah, 4 and a bit years. Yeah, I'm just jumping forward in 5-day increments at the minute, just to get through this early stage. Once they stop doing these infantry things and start doing the words. The STOs, then they'll interrupt us less. Terraform report, what's that? This should really be in a different colour. Text colour. Let's do this in pink. We like a dark purple background. That's the wrong thing. Actually, if we do... Yeah. Yeah, that'll stand out. Oxygen on Europa has reached the required level. Europa, we want to add... Yeah, you're plenty cold, so you want to add more heat. So let's go with 1.3 for you. Cargo shuttle station's production is completed on Earth. We're now working on deep space tracking. I like putting the passive sensor on here so we can see it grow, but there's a lot of them, so maybe not. Research rate has been improved to 320. Oof. So the problem is that's a long time for one person to be in researching, but it's not going to get any less because we've got settings that mean research just takes a long time. I think we just keep pumping that because the higher we get this, the less of a pain lower tier technologies are. So as much of a pain as this one is, and this like will continue to be throughout the campaign, it's just better to have somebody constantly doing it, I think. What else have we got? We haven't got anyone doing the next tier of armor, but that is quite expensive. We do need damage control for our new fleet of ships when we get to designing them. Direct fire weapons, you're already working on the next laser tech, that's fine. The next spinal mount's expensive. Ground combat. I don't think we need anything in ground combat just yet. We do want boarding bays and we do want boarding capability, but we're not crying out for it just yet. Logistics, we do want this. So you, when you've done... Who's next? You, when you've done that, grab me this. And then when you've done that one, improve command and control, yeah. Grab the next hull size reduction. Yeah. And then underweight replenishment. Fuel, power and production, you're doing 70% fuel. That's going to be done next year. Next October, in fact. We've got an engine to research here, so you might as well... Let's cancel this and just do that first. I don't know what this is holding up, but we might as well build it. And then add this one to the queue. And then when you've done that, probably capacitor recharge rate is going to give us the biggest boost, I think. And maybe engine power modifier 1.5. Okay, so that engine's been researched. What was waiting for that engine? So it was the 375 engine. Was it the castle? Yeah, it was the castle. So the next tier of colony ship. And we can already upgrade the armor on it somehow. Update armor. Ceramic composite armor. Which means we can change some of the fuel here. That'll work. Nice and clean. 1,500 kilometers, 50,000 tons. 1 large, 2 standard. 100 billion range. That range seems quite small. I know it's not, but it seems it. And this is a colony ship, so this Bangor class can be marked as obsolete now. Okay. The Bengal was just our small cheat for it, wasn't it? But it's not that much cheaper to build. And it's not like it's fast. Okay. Who's next? Albuquerque was unable to load infrastructure from Callisto. Okay, so remove all orders, go back to Earth and refuel, and then we'll finally decommission the Albuquerque. You've been far too good to us. Blackpool 11 is also unable to load those from Callisto. So what are you doing? Your installations? Yeah, that's fine. So you don't need any of that. So if we go to Callisto. Oh, excuse me. Right, let's load all of the mines from Earth and take them to Manchester. Okay, terraformers are in place over Manchester Moon 9. Mass driver production is complete at Callisto. They're now back to building auto mines. Albuquerque has reached Earth. So, Albuquerque shipyards. Let's scrap all of those. Do we have any other ships to scrap while we're here? No, I think the rest of them are all good. Trans-Newtonian cargo shuttles have been built, researched rather. So now we are moving on to maintenance support per facility, 1,250 tons. Thank you very much. Keep seeing the deep space tracking facilities growing on Earth, which is always good to see. Pun intended. Albuquerque's have been scrapped. I think... Do we need to build more? Yeah, we probably do. No, because we're going to redesign them in a minute anyway, so we won't redesign. We won't build another fleet of Blackpools. Oh, fucking hell. I'm so tired. What was that? That was minerals exhaust, I think. Boronite. Deposits of boronite have been exhausted on Earth. So Earth now just has thorium left. Which is totally fine. They're going to be going with that in 8 years. So we can probably safely move all of the mines off Earth. How's jobs looking everywhere, by the way? So you got plenty of workers, you're good, you're good, you're close. Io has a shortfall of 5 million jobs. Europa has a... Europe and Ganymede have jobs available, but nobody... Sorry, they have available workers, but no jobs. So I think let's move some of the terraformers off Io and put them on Europa and Ganymede. It's a shame we've just got rid of all of our spare hulls. But that's fine. So what are you guys doing? You're moving installations, you're moving mines. Okay. Well, as soon as we've got the 70% fuel use per hour, which is coming in 13 months. Change to dominant terrain. Glasgow's changed from swamp to barren again. We have increased our laser size, focal size, to 20 centimeters. Okay. So I think we can build a new... Once we've got this ultraviolet laser tech, we'll build a new STO on Earth, and we'll redesign what we're doing with those, because I think we've got a bit too many admins going on with our ground units at the minute. because it's taking so like the idea was that we weren't using that many ground force officers, so they weren't being promoted, but they're also we're now running into the situation where we haven't got enough of them. So we do need more military academies though as well, don't we? Ultraviolet laser guy retired. Speak of the devil, and he will retire. Ultraviolet lasers. Oh, right, okay, we've got a 4 lab guy. So we've got a spare lab which can go to terraforming rate. Okay, so we've got a year to wait, and then we are good to go on building our new engine for our new freighters. And then hopefully we can build a good fleet of decent sized freighters. We might even increase them in capacity. In fact, you know what? Let's do that. Let's... Oh, yeah, let's... Oh, what is this? This might actually cost us a fair bit in Duranium though, because we've got 10 slip yards. If I got the mining, currently got nothing in shipyard tasks. If I go, so this 10 slip yard thing. If I say let's do continual capacity upgrade, and we want to go to 125,000 from 50,000 with 10 slipways. I might need to move time forward. Deep space tracking facilities are built. Maintenance facilities up next. Slip yards, mining. Okay, for some reason that's not costing that much to do. I would have thought that upgrading that would... Or maybe it's adding the slipway that costs more money. Making the slipways individually bigger is not a big deal. Okay, fair enough. I can deal with that. Okay. Do, 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 do. Europa has changed from barren to ice fields. Okay. Probably turn the orbital signature off. Thermal signature even. Production of maintenance facilities completed at Earth. We are now building some mass drivers. Why was I building mass drivers? I think that was to send to Manchester, wasn't it? I think we can just build them when we get there. Research rate guy. God damn you, research rate guy. Oh, we've no one good anymore. Okay, well at least we managed to get a few years out of him before he retired. 56 years, 66 years. Oh my god. Okay, well I mean, they will get better. Let's click assign new, and then when we get more labs, you'll get given more labs. Okay, well we've got 5 labs to spare on something, I guess. Let's go for fire control range. Power plants, that's got quite a bit going already. Logistics, we've queued that up. Let's get this boarding combat out of the way. Do boarding combat and troop transport boarding bay. Let's do that straight after. And I think, yeah, just let me know when you're done with that afterwards. Okay, our new engine tech is ready to go. So let's design our new engines. So we want engines. So we're using ion drives. We're going to knock the power down to 25%. So we'll design a 25 hull size one, which is, this is 2090, 1250 ton commercial engine. Let's do a 2000 ton. A 3000 ton. And 5000 ton. What else can we design here? We could probably do with, I think we've done our new sensors, but we didn't do active sensors, did we? I don't think we need them just yet. Power plants. Yeah, we're waiting on some stuff for lasers, including the next recharge rate. So a maximum fire control range. So a big ass fire control. Maximum range is 190,000 kilometers. Yeah, we do need more fire control range stuff. Because that is abysmal. Okay. Class designs. We are going to want a new freighter class ship. We need a new name. This is going to be from the cities list. We've done B's. Let's have a look at C's. I think Canterbury sounds reasonable for a UK themed space empire. So this is going to be the 2090 Canterbury class, and we are going to have a large cargo hold on this one. So that is 5 standard size cargo holds for one ship. So we're going to make this. It's not going to go very fast. Unless we design a well, not a but like a slightly more powerful engine that's not as fuel efficient. So instead of going for 25, if we do 50, biggest engine we can make, so we've still got a little bit of fuel efficiency. So this is the 2090 5,000 ton 625 engine as opposed to 312. Yeah, so it's twice as powerful. Which doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be half as fuel efficient. It might be a little bit worse. So what is the fuel efficiency on this? Let's just copy this. Yeah, it's way less fuel efficient, but it does double the speed. But that's fine, because we can just add more fuel to make the range better. So how much fuel have we got currently on Earth? We've got 685 million fuel on Earth. We're going to Manchester. Manchester is going to have a lot of fuel. Speaking of which, we actually haven't set up the fuel tanker situation there, have we? Movement fleets. I want you to go to the Amazon fleet. Refuel from stationary tankers. You've got 1.5 million litres. Amazon refuel 1.5, and then transfer fuel to Colony. Cycle that. Okay. Yeah, it's only 10 billion kilometers to Manchester anyway, so and that's a return. So I think we can deal with one large fuel. So one very large fuel. Could even have 2 larges. 3 larges? Yeah. Wait a minute. Yeah, 2 larges would be equal to a very large. Yeah. Sorry, 4 larges would be equal to a very large. Just have one very large. We don't need a jump drive. We do need cargo shuttles. Okay, I think we can get behind this one. So the Blackpool is now obsolete. So this one goes the same speed, but it is 4 cargo holds by itself. Takes basically the same time to build it. It is substantially larger. It does have double the thermal signature to account for that. Can only go half the range, but it's got 4 times the cargo capacity. What if we don't have this and we instead have the 5,000 ton eco engine, 4 of those? So we can add in a very large, a standard, and a fighter. Because the range on that is much better. It's half the speed, but it's a lot more fuel efficient. It also takes less time to build. It takes half a year to build that. I think we can get behind that. That'll work. Research that engine then. Let's obsolete some of these because we're probably not going to build. Actually, no. Let's leave them until we need. When we move to the next tier of engine, then we'll get rid. That's fine. How's the shipyard upgrade coming? We've told it 125 tons, so we're within our limit as well. But that also means we can upgrade the colony ship to the same. So the castle class, which I don't think we haven't actually done anything with it yet. So we can actually up this. Oh, we should also put a sensor on it. How many engines does this have? 4? 4 engines. 5 shuttle bays. Okay, so they can both build, the castle can build the Canterbury. So we can still carry on with our dual purpose shipyard. That works for me. You've got a really good range, you've got a really good range. Got slightly more fuel. That's fine. You're carrying 400,000 passengers instead of, what's our current one? 50,000. So you're carrying 8 times as many passengers. And you are carrying 4 times as much cargo. Okay, I can get behind that. Right, I'm back shortly. I'm just going to go grab the drink. returned. Yeah. Excuse me. Remind me what we were doing. Change from mountain to cold desert mountain. Were you not colder before we added heat? Why would that change? I think we're going to need more than one. It's going to be like 1.2, maybe 1.3. We'll remove some if we need to. Okay. Yeah, we do need to redesign our ground forces, I think. I think 1,000 is too small of a formation when it comes to building them anyway. Possibly a good idea if you've got a lot of extra units that well, a lot of extra officers. But we are quite early on in the game. When I last started doing ground forces, we already had like 1,000 ground force officers. Before we even started touching ground forces, so it's probably why it worked in the last version. Boarding combat capability. You retired. How unfortunate. Vivica Darmal. If you don't mind picking up where they left off. And maybe tagging that one as well. Will be very helpful. Terraforming report. Addition of water vapor to the atmosphere of Mercury has reached its required level. Mercury environment. Okay. So now we just need this water vapor to condense into the atmosphere. And then they should be good to go. Let's add a bit more though. I think this will probably be enough. But let's add 0.4. Let's double it. Naval headquarters completed production, and we are now moving on to spaceports on Earth. We need to research that engine as well, don't we? 96, yeah, we want to get this before then. Hong, if you don't mind doing that engine first, my friend, and then if you can do capacitor recharge rate, then the small, well, sorry, the 1.5x power modifier. Then, oh, let's do jump drive. Let's do jump drive before power modifier. Engines ready. We are just waiting now for the shipyards. How far are the shipyards off being ready? Quite away. Yeah, we're going to be waiting a while for that. It's going to be a 2-3 year job. Okay, we've got an improved command and control, which means we can now build on Earth a sector headquarters, sector command. Yeah, give me 4 of those. And we'll build them before the mines. How was the terraforming of Manchester coming along? We've got 1.5 million people there now. We've got a lot of miners, sorry, a lot of miner availability, but we only, well, we have a lot of shortage of workers. 4 million jobs, not enough workers. Yeah, we're going to have to orbitally terraform the planet, I think. Oh god, yeah, that's going to need like it's probably going to need 3, but we'll bump that up to 2.1. See how that gets on. Ganymede, Io. Io's nearly there. But we are also nearly there with the temperature. And we just need the water. Europa is coming along. They're a long way off where they need to be, but they've got a long way to go yet. Same with you. Oh, you're nearly done adding the oxygen, and then we can start adding the heat. Research completed. A team led by Doria Navigation working on Earth has completed the research into maintenance support facilities. That was a thing we put like no labs in because it was 1 lab left over and then we added a bunch of extras. But I mean, it's useful. It means that our maintenance support facilities now have a 25% boosted capacity, which means we need less of them. Or we can hold more ships. I think maximum orbital mining diameter will be useful. So would mining production. This would be good if we started going down this chain of thermal reduction signature. This would be good for our commercial ships, because our commercial ships we could hide from the raiders. But I'm conscious that the raiders will probably give us a lot of that technology anyway. Same with cloaking theory and shields. Damage control, I don't think they'll give us that. No, they might do. They might do. Oh, yes, we need the high control range, don't we? Yeah. Noah Ling, go nuts on that. And then probably when you've done that, do electronic hardening level 1. And get the E-lint as well. because those are quite quick techs. Terraforming rates boosted. Very nice. We could still carry on going down that. Colonization cost reduction, that would be nice. This would be nice for some of the planets where colony cost is insane. So we can at least settle them without you know, sending 5 billion infrastructure there. Let's grab that. Let's go take 9 years, and then we'll jump back into terraforming. Have you got any better people for this yet? Not really. So we could do though. Where's our academy? We could do with either more academies or higher level academies at the places where we've built the academies up. So the scientist one is on Earth. So if we boost Earth, I'm hoping that that gives us more scientists. Construction, and we want military academies. If we build 4, because he's level 5. That should, he should still be able to be in charge of that. Addition of a Tesium on Io has been reached the required level. Okay. Okay, so Io is now temperature stable. We could go a little higher. Let's go to 1.4. Maybe 1.5. Let's get it up so that it's constantly above 0, at least. You probably also set this so that it actually does things. We might not even need 1.5, let's do 1.4. Ah. Okay, so now the temperature is between 5 and 19. So we are now a desert mountain. I can't remember when that changed. Could go hotter. Let's go 1.5. Oh, Ganymede. What was that? Oxygen. Okay. Right, so Ganymede now needs Artesium adding. So let's go with 1.2. Spaceports production complete on Earth. Sector command has begun. How's the shipyards coming along? Oof. It's going to take a long time for those. Probably shouldn't have done to 10 shipyards. Well, I suppose while we're waiting for these, let's why can we only build the Bangalore? Is it is it because the no, because they're both, or maybe it's because it's not actually tooled to the freighter. So maybe we unobsolete the Blackpool. And see if we can build it now. Yeah, okay. So let's build a fleet of 10. Just so we can move some stuff around. Because we're starting to stock up on all the stuff we wanted to move to Manchester. Sector command has begun on Earth, so we're going to build 4 of those. And then we're going to have our sector governor for once. We should have probably had sector governor right from the start, but we just couldn't afford the research. Unrest is increasing on Luna. Interesting. Yeah, you need more police. Luna, what do you have in terms of minerals? You have Verendite. So you can build a unit of something. If we go to you, formation templates, no, organizations. Field Infantry Regiment, Field Infantry Brigade. Okay, so if we build one of those on Luna. IO Artesium has gone up, so they are now comfortable temperature all the time. Well, unless you're me, this is not a comfortable temperature. This is a comfortable temperature. This is not. Water availability. So let's go water vapor, and we'll do 0.3. Water vapor on Mercury has reached the required level. Okay, so that's fine. That's going to comfortably get well above where we need it. Temperature needs lowering now. So Artesium remove. Oh no, Frixium. We need to add Frixium. Add gas. We want to work 2. Maybe go to 2.2 for now. See how that goes. Hey, right, okay. All of our new races have been built. Okay, so this is all of... Oh, we put them in the wrong group as well. Put them in the naval operations. That's not where they should be at all. You should be under freighter operations, if you don't mind. And then what we want to do is we want to go to Earth. We're going to load some installations. In fact, we want to go to Io. And we want to load some of these. So you're doing 5. Take those to Europa. Load 5 more. Take those to Ganymede. So that's 80. What do you want to do? So this is 10. We're removing the time. So it's 80. 80 right now. So that will drop to 70. 60. Oh my god, count. 50, 40. Right, so we want to do it 4 times. Yeah. Yeah. And then go back to Earth, refuel. 10 when you've done that. Sector command completed on Earth. Yeah, we have a level 4 sector. Level 3 ground range required. Okay, so we want to go Sol. Sol and Manchester for now, isn't it? Pretty much Sol, Manchester. That's all good. And then we want to assign a commander. Navy officer, civilian administrator. You. What do we need? Sectors. We need a level 6 administrator. Okay, we have the person I actually selected was level 6. That's helpful. What have we got? We want mining, we want terraforming, we want production and pop growth. Mining and production, you're pretty good. You're assigned to Austria. We're not even doing anything with Austria, but you can do a little bit of everything actually. So we're going to assign you to the Sol sector. Beautiful. Military academies we're going on Earth. That should help us hopefully produce more scientists. And in fact, let's check, because we're still looking for a good construction production scientist for this research. Because there's no way we're going to wait 50, 60 years for this. 63 years. No way. We're waiting that long. Okay. Blackpool's complete orders. Okay, so if you can then go to Earth, load installations. So we want to move some construction factories. So we're going to move 10. And we're going to move those to Manchester 2, Moon 9. Actually, no, we're not, because they don't even have enough jobs for the things that they're currently working on. Let's go to IO. Oof, right, okay. We need to move a cargo shuttle station to Manchester. We need... Oh, just come back to Earth and tell me you've done that. Oh no, the ultraviolet laser guy got shot by his own laser. God damn it. Come on, guys, you can do better than this. Ultraviolet lasers. Yeah, you weren't even that far through it, were you? Okay. We've got one spare lab for somebody. You can take it. You can take it. The additional water vapor to the atmosphere of Io has reached the required level. Let's remove a little bit of that artesian because it's going to warm up with the water vapor anyway. So let's put 1.4. I need to remember that water vapor actually adds temperature as well. Well, it doesn't, but the effects of it do, I believe. Crew quarters design, 20% hull size reduction. That's great. We can actually put that in place on our new ships here. Update CDE. So that saves us about 50 tons. So we can add a little bit more fuel, or we can add a thermal sensor and a bit more fuel. Sweet. Canterbury has the thermal sensor. You get 30. We haven't designed any others that we haven't built yet, have we? One thing we could do. We've got a tug ship. I was going to say we could build a space station, build a tug, like a terraforming space station. Because the reason I'm thinking that, this shipyard for the terraformers is already 100,000 tons. Our current colony ship and freighter ones started at 56,000 4 years ago. Sorry, 50,000 4 years ago, and they're only up to 56. So this is going to take them a long time. So I'm thinking what we do is we actually upgrade, add 25,000 tons to this. Should take half the time anyway because this has got 5 labs, it's got 10. And then we swap this to the colony freighter shipyard. Leave this just doing it because a space station can be built here using regular construction capacity. And in fact, we should really build more construction factories. And we need neutronium. Where's neutronium in Sol? I need the other screen. Not got a lot of it. What would let's just design a terraforming station. So we'll probably still use exotic colours for this. And we'll do Celadon. Oh no, Cerulean. Cerulean. Rename class, this would be the 2093 Cerulean station. So this would be no armor, so therefore it wouldn't need an engine. Wouldn't need fuel. Wouldn't really give a shit about deployment time. Could put no officers. And a conscript crew. And then all we want is terraforming modules. But we want to add them like 20 at a time. How expensive? We're going to be 5,000 Duranium, 5,000 Boronide, at least. Plus we probably want a sensor on it. How much would that cost to build? Honestly, that's not awful. That's not awful. Or sure.
Also, a bear's melted.
Back in a sec, guys. My bear's melted. We're back. Okay. What was I doing? Oh yeah, we were umming and ahhing about building more construction factories, I think. I think we do need to build more construction factories on Earth because we have fallen massively behind. We need another 410 on Earth alone. We've got the wealth for that. 6. We may not have the neutronium for it. So what is that? 60 times 410. We do not have the neutronium for it. Do we have the neutronium for it if we include what we've got on Callisto? No. Do we not have neutronium anywhere? Well, Manchester's getting some. If we send some auto mines, then that would help. Where are those auto mines we built? They're on Callisto, I think, aren't they? Yeah. Okay, so Mercury then. Let's cancel this. Okay, let's see how that gets on. The Blackpool is completing orders. What was the Blackpool doing? You were moving the... Oh, yes. Okay. You're moving the cargo shuttles over to Manchester. That's fine. We need to move a spaceport and... Do we not build more military academies here? Oh no, we built more naval headquarters, I think. Or we currently build... Oh no, we're currently building the military academies. Okay. Mines, refineries. So that's 1. Do that 2 more times just to move 3 of those 13 over. And then 10 when you've done that. Okay, now if you can move 10 of those over to Manchester. So that's 1, 2, 4, which is 5. No, because it takes 40 trips, 40 cargo capacities, and we've got 10. Bless you. Which is right. Okay, so we've moved 4 lots of that. And 10 when you've done that. That'll take a little bit longer. Addition of Phrygium to the atmosphere of Mercury has reached the required level. Phrygium. Okay, so we've brought the temperature back down to. I mean, at the lowest level it's within, so actually we could do with adding more Phrygium. Let's do. But the water level is fine now, so we're actually colony cost 0 for now at Mercury. So let's do 2.4. Because what we want to do is get this down to like minus 20, maybe? Minus 17. And then this should be above 38 by a similar number. So you're removing Etesium just to lower that temperature down a bit. Water's on its way up, but water vapor's on its way down. That's fine, that's expected. Once we've remove that to 1.4, we'll add more water vapor because we'll have a better idea of how much we need. Europa. I swear I heard the dog behind me. Right, Europa. You're way off what you need. Same with you. Holy shit. That's barely made a dent in that. You're gonna need a lot. I want to say 3.5. Let's do 3.4 so we have 0.5 to play with water vapor afterwards. You're gonna need a lot. It's gonna hurt how much that needs. We've spec'd out this station, but we actually haven't got a way to move it into position yet because we haven't got a ship tractor beam. So this technology is going to take another 3 years. I'm happy to wait for that. I would much rather, one, get a better scientist. Although I would like one more on you, so actually we'll just use this guy. Doria. I think that's who we had on it already. Ship-to-ship tractor beam, and then if you can get back on the underway replenishment, that'd be fucking fantastic. Yeah, underwear replenishment. And then probably more crew quarters reduction. Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much. Gas removed. Etesium from Ios, and we just need to add more water vapor now. Flies. Let's go to 0.6. I love that 20% replenishment rate. The later ones are nice, but it's just the ability to do it on the run is amazing, yeah. Yeah, no red. Not yet. There will be soon. Don't worry. Yeah, just having the ability to say to a tanker, that dickhead who's run out of fuel, who I don't want to have to re-give the orders to, go and fill him up, because, oh my word, he did the silly thing and ran out of fuel. What was that? Change of dominant terrain. Oh, it's just Glasgow again. I'm gonna take Glasgow out as a colony. No, I'm not. Because then, if it was just the one like we did here, then I would just take it out. But because it's just going in and out of range and causing me to get excited, thinking we've done something we haven't. Yeah, how are you guys? We both having a good evening, or at least have finished work. Chucky's here, which means it's very nearly my bedtime. 11:45. He's the only reason I actually know what time it is. Totally his fault and not mine for giving his ship only a 2 million kilometer range. Yeah, exactly. He should have looked at the thing before making the journey. What an idiot. Who does that? Oh, come on. Yeah, that called me out more than I'm willing to admit. Why is the motion at my front door at 11:15 at night? Piss off. I don't know who that is. It's probably just a cat, but it's fine. It is a cat. It's a little bastard cat. You can't see it from there. It's alright, my love. We're not being robbed. It's just a cat. You are? Okay. I saw its demonic eyes looking. Unless we have a really small burglar. A really small burglar. Phrygium to the atmosphere of Mercury. Who's that? Charlie Ackerson has been promoted to captain. Congratulations, Charlie. Right, you are now... Why did that go the... Oh, it went the wrong way because the water vapor is still increasing the hydrographic extent, which is still increasing the temperature. Okay, so we do need more Phrygium. So we'll go 2.5. Probably shouldn't have pumped as much water in here as I should have, as I did, but it's fine. It's fine. We're not in a rush for Mercury. Mercury's technically done now, so it's okay. Blackpool 21 has completed orders. You were moving the spaceport. Oh God. Excuse me. You were moving the spaceport, was it? Yeah. So now you should have all of the like basic shit. So you've got a spaceport, a cargo shuttle station, refueling station. Could do with some sort of construction facilities. And a mass driver. Because then what we can do is we can put auto mines on all of these things and send them through to the central colony, and then we just have one pickup point. But if this place had its own construction, it could build its own mass drivers, I think. Yes, because it's receiving all of these goods. So let's have it build its own single mass driver, and we will bring some construction facilities. Okay, so we can bring 10 at a time. We just need to keep an eye on the colonists. So that's 10. If we do that 9 more times, I can hang up on this now because I don't need to see the camera. I do need to charge my phone though because it was at 46%. Okay, and then when you've done that, tell me. Military academy is completed on Earth. Right, so our military academy situation now. Earth has 5. Means we should be pumping out 80 graduates a year with a significant weighting towards Earth's academies. Earth's academies are run by a scientist. So in theory we should have 5 scientists for every 1 naval ground force and administrator. If it works how I think it works. So we'll see. Can that guy still be... Yeah, he can still be in charge. Cool. Good to know. We're building automated mines. Yes, we're building automated mines on Earth. Okay. And we're going to take all of those to all the colonies on... in Manchester, so that we've at least categorized where they need to be. But I think they're all going to be automated mines, to be honest, all the asteroids. We will need a bunch of mass drivers though to make them work. But they can make their own, so they can make their own mass drivers and send them out where they need to. Born combat capabilities redone now, so we can make space marines. We're now waiting on troop transport boarding base, so we can make our boarding fighter ships again, because they worked really well last time. I was very impressed. The addition of frixium to the atmosphere of Mercury. Okay. Yeah, again, you're getting warmer, bro. You're going in the wrong direction. Let's remove the water vapor we've got so far, because we don't need any more water vapor here. So let's remove, get to 0. Because we're already above 20, so we're good. If we remove the excess. I mean, we can terraform it into a different type of planet, I think. What is Mercury right now? Mercury is just arid right now. More water would make it more hospitable. But not necessarily, it's not got a mountain or anything, so we don't need to worry about, what's it called? Ground fortification level. Have we finished building all the ground forces? It looks like we might have done. We have. That's there. We haven't on. Oh, we haven't on Callisto. Callisto's just started on the defense towers. That's why that's taking a while. But we did finish them on Earth, which is good. So we could probably build another group on Earth. Organizations. We want the whole. shebang. And we can get our banner class ship. Go to Earth, load ground unit. Give me this entire regional garrison. And we're going to put that on Venus. And go back to Earth. Just because Venus at the minute is sort of a it's nothing. But I also don't want them to have a colony here, so we just want to make sure it's protected. So now if I go here, yeah, Venus is good. So they can come visit Venus. Hopefully we'll have a lot of scrap for our salvages at some point in the near future. What's the rest of our ground force situation? We actually have new technology, I think, don't we? No, we're waiting on this one. Oh yeah, and that guy died. Direct fire weapons. We do have a better one now. It's not massively better, but he's better. What can we get rid of a little bit? We could probably drop that down. Shouldn't transport bay, we're not desperate for it, are we? Okay. So lasers come in 8 years. But we can actually design a new spinal mount laser. Not railgun. Laser. But we might as well wait for the recharge rate and the laser type. That's a lovely range, that. And every 30 seconds as well. Would be nice to get that down to well, I suppose you could make it smaller here. So even just one size smaller. So that's a good range for every 15 seconds. Yeah, capacitor recharge rate, we need lots of that. Europa has changed from ice fields to taiga. Whatever a taiga is. Water vapor has reached the required level on Io, which is should be more than enough now to get that up above. In fact, it's probably a bit too much. This will affect our temperature, so maybe we reduce that to like 0.3. That is my go to bed alarm. Alright, let's just tidy up a few loose ends and then I'll turn it off. Change dominant terrain. Glasgow's changed from barren to jungle again. That's fine. Research completed. Capacity recharge rate 4. Thankful for that. Okay. How does that affect our design for our laser? Okay, so it goes every 20 seconds now. And we can get it down to 5, I think, with a 10 centimeter. So this 10 centimeter laser has a range of 120,000 kilometers and a fire rate of 5 seconds. If we go down to Venus, so our current longest range weapon, which is the carronade, can only reach 100k, and I suspect that is the 15-second carronade. Let's have a look. What is it? 20 centimeter C3. 20 centimeter? Oh, it's the 100 kilometer plasma launcher, isn't it? Yeah. Rate of fire 20. Tracking speed of 2000. Okay. What's our current tracking speed on here? Doesn't actually say, does it? Well, I suppose it's our base tracking speed here, which is 3000. Okay. So we can make a much better, much faster. So even though it's only doing, what's this doing? Damage. But it's doing much more damage, but at a much slower rate. So if you divide that by 4, you're actually getting 2.5 damage output at a lower range. Whereas this one, you get in nearly 5 times the range on this one for the same rate of fire and 60% more damage. So I think let's drop this down. I think we do need to fire every 5 seconds. I think that's critical. And we definitely want that extra range there. So we can either have a 12 centimeter laser, damage 4, range 120. It's basically exactly the same, isn't it? Yeah, because it's 12.5. Yeah, I see. I see. So it just basically puts the next tier up. So actually, if we got an advanced spinal mount, or a smallest tier laser. Yeah, okay, yeah. I see how this is working. Okay. So yeah, we want this one. So this is the 2096. Prototype that weapon. Research that weapon. And then put it on an STO. But we will leave that as is because this is enough of a clue trail for me to follow tomorrow to figure out what the hell we're going to do tomorrow. Or what the hell we did today, rather. So I'll save that. And I will end the stream there, guys. Right, thanks for checking in. I'll catch you tomorrow. Have a good evening. Bye bye.